No, just like that, here we are again for another episode of the Nifty Show.
It's pretty nifty. Nifty. It's niffy.
Nifty.
Spiffy.
It's kind of iffy.
It's a little bit iffy. Yeah. Play that awesome music we have.
Every time I say it, I can't help but smile just because it's such a happy name for a show. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it with our opening theme song.
Oh.
Looking into the future, what do we see? It's lined with digital collectibles, we call them NFTs. Games, trading cards, digital art, and those crypto kitties. Travis and Joel are the hosts, you'll know. Travis and Joel say this won't blow. They're locked and loaded, so ready, set, go! It's the Nifty, really kinda spiffy. The Nifty Show.
How you doing, Mr. Travis Wright?
Well, I don't know. So far, what it says in the song, Travis and Joel are the hosts. You know, Travis and Joel will say this don't blow.
Say this won't blow.
This won't blow.
We don't think it'll blow.
Okay. Well, this
sure.
episode should be great, and it shouldn't blow.
Yeah, here we are. Week 4 already of the Nifty Show. Of course, we're live every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern. 2 p.m. Pacific time, and whenever I post that we're going live, people are like, what time in Paris? What time in Singapore? I'm like, I don't know. Convert that. What do I look like?
Yeah, there's like a time date calculator you can use, right?
Well, actually, you can go online and go, what time is it in? And the amazing, internet webs machines will tell you all these things.
Well, I would always say this. It's like, whenever I've gone to different places, I sort of always know, like, okay, Eastern time is this many hours. So they just have never done that math. Like, you can go, 7 hours ahead to East. Like, I don't know. We're just in an American-centric sort of world, I guess.
Well, it's in the U.S. It's easy because we have 4 primary time zones, right? Hawaii doesn't really.
No, it's like 6 hours ahead in Paris and in the UK and Greenwich Time Village and from Central, so it'd be 5 hours ahead, et cetera, et cetera. Anyways, here we are.
Yep, this is the show about NFTs, the future of digital collectibles. We're going to have some great guests today from our friends at Cred. I want to show you a story first, though, Travis, that I picked up on Yahoo this week. A record has been broken. Here it is, right here. This piece of art. It's called The Architect, Satoshi Nakamoto, by an artist named Trevor Jones. It broke the record for the most Ethereum ever spent for a piece of art on blockchain, 27.5 ETH, equaling $6,450.
Right. Well, this right here was actually purchased by the Museum of Crypto Art. And if you go to superrare.co/mocha_vault, that is where they have all of the pieces of art that they have collected. Superrare.com. And then /.
Okay.
MOCA_. Well, I guess that's it. And then you can go to their collection.
Oh, there it is. There's 48 pieces in their collection right there. View all artworks collected by Mocha. So that one should show up here. Oh, there's some interesting stuff here. There's unwrapping her wildness. Her wildness has been unwrapped.
Wow. She has a green vagina. That's kind of freaky. I want to disinfect that. I don't know. That's a dirty NFT. We need to block these out before we go in. Look at that. Solar Punk. These are some really cool ones. These are all animated and wild. One of one.
That is really interesting.
I wonder what size those files are. Somebody posed a question to us and said, how do we know that these NFTs are going to actually stay on? What happens if those blockchain, disappears, or what happens if, the storage, they're storing some of the stuff disappears? It's kind of a wild thing to think about. It should be decentralized. That's why, like, maybe Sia Coin and Filecoin and some of those other ones that do decentralized, hopefully they take off and are around 100 years from now.
I was listening to Malcolm Gladwell's podcast. It's called Revisionist History. Have you ever heard it?
I have not.
You would really enjoy it because he kind of looks at things, everyday things that, we make assumptions about and breaks it down. It's a very NPR style show. And he was talking about the art world and how they are the ultimate hoarders. There is a museum that saves Andy Warhol stuff, and they have hundreds of thousands of pieces of his everyday things in boxes that are sealed up in storage. Like
just release one every once in a while.
It's fascinating. And they talk about the Museum of Modern Art having 2 million pieces that most of them are in a storage unit somewhere in New Jersey. And they don't put the value of all of these collections anywhere on their balance sheet, because that's been a tradition for art museums. And so they just laid off like 90 people because they're hurting so much. And people are like, well, why don't you just sell a piece of art?
Right.
Because you have
sell a few pieces of your art and move on with it. It sort of reminds me of, like, at the end of Indiana Jones, Raider of the Lost Ark, you have that big, huge warehouse that the Ark of the Covenant is then allegedly stored in. And, or I always think of the vaults of the Vatican. Could you imagine what kind of amazing information and data is in the vaults of the Vatican?
Oh my gosh.
I had a dream about that a few years back, where it was just this wild dream where I was in the vaults of the Vatican, and there was these crystals from the 7 wonders of the world, and it basically unlocked like the time space dimensions between heaven and hell, and like angels and demons were flying in earth, kind of like 2020.
That's some Dan Brown stuff there.
Dude, it was wild. It was one of the most intense visual dreams I've ever had that I remembered.
Did you have something before you went to sleep there that made you?
I don't think so. Normally, if you smoke weed, you don't have dreams that night. Normally, just sort of.
I wasn't talking about weed. I thought maybe you drank a Coca-Cola or something.
Maybe I had some psychedelics and didn't know it. No, normally that would be a waking experience. No, it was a dream. It was pretty awesome.
Huh, that is pretty cool. Well, the podcast I'm referencing, Malcolm Gladwell, it's called Revisionist History. If you want to hear that episode, it is season 5, episode number 1. I like how you turned off your video, not your audio, so you.
Yeah, that was great. I meant to turn off the mute the microphone. This is live, folks. Is what you
This
get.
show is actually made possible by our friends at Cred, and it's because they're working on some really cool stuff in the NFT space. And I want to bring them in here and talk about what they're doing to tokenize Zooms. Yes, these very things that we're looking at right here. They're doing some fascinating stuff. With us, we have the CEO, Jodee Rich. Hi, Jodee.
Hey, Joel, good to see you. Hi, Travis, good to see you.
Hello.
Good to see you as well. And lurking in the wings is Cameron Bale, the VP of Marketing. And if Cam, you're able to come in, then do it. Otherwise, we'll catch you in a bit, because I know we got some screen shares to do. So Jodee, maybe you're also the CEO of People Browser, right? Which is the parent company. There's Cameron.
Hey, nice to see you both in the vaults of the Vatican.
Is that your real room, or is that a green screen?
No, it's real.
Because it's so pristine. It's so.
Yeah, I was thinking that it's very clean, isn't it?
It is. Now, Jodee, is that your real location, or is that a green screen?
Oh, I live in the jungle.
Oh, it's a nice jungle.
Before we jump into what you guys are doing with NFTs, just kind of give us a quick overview of People Browser and Cred.
So, Joel, you and I have known each other for a very long time, like 10 years. And we started when Twitter started, thinking about how do people express who they are through their social posts. And for us, that became scoring posts, and then working out who's influential in my community. And from that comes, where am I influential? And I think everyone is influential somewhere. And we've said that now for 10 years. And so what's happening now with Zoom, which is really interesting, is Zoom has become such an important way for us to express ourselves. Zoom has evolved from being a conference call product to a place where we actually run our own little mini virtual events. And you're doing that right now.
We are.
And so,
it's happening right at this moment.
Exactly. And so, what People Browser does is People Browser goes, okay, what are the important ways that we express ourselves? And now Zoom is one of those. And so we're now scoring Zoom. And that's part of what People Browser is and what People Browser is doing. And
you've been scoring for some time. Remind me, because you guys have so much going on. I must confess, sometimes I have a little difficulty navigating. Where do I see my cred score and Travis's cred score? How do I find those? So
if you go to home.kred do you know what your Twitter extension is? Do you know what your?
Of course I know my Twitter.
Yeah, so put that in. What's the right URL, Cam? For home.kred /
It's actually app.score.kred/Twitter/Joel.com. So I can pull that up for you.
Fred.
Yeah.
There we. Oh, that's right. Then I connect. Let me actually show people here on my screen so they. So I'm logged in here with Twitter, and you guys kind of took over. You were doing this the same time that Clout was doing Clout Score. Clout did not survive. You guys have, and congratulations for that. And there's there's interactions with Mr. Travis Wright right there on the on my. So what does this mean here? 984 of 1,000 influence and outreach 9 of 12.
It means you're a very cool guy, Joel.
If numbers meant cool, then I guess that would be a reality.
You're very close to the President of the United States, man, in coolness.
Let's see here. I'm gonna.
So mine, I am 934 out of 1,000 with an outreach of 8 of 12.
Yeah. So
Travis here.
Yeah, our mission here is to show you and to show people what is your footprint, what is your social footprint, and how does it rank, and then where are you influential?
It's like my browser is not behaving at the moment, but that's because I've got so many plugins and things blocking stuff. Okay, well that's cool.
And with all of the conversation that's going on about what should be in your Facebook stream and what is the algorithm that's being used for your Facebook stream, we think that the next step is that people are going to want to access their own data and control their own feeds. And very much part of that is, what is the Zoom call that we just had? Who participated in the Zoom call, and did that Zoom call, get mentions and likes and things on Twitter? And if it did, then we should be ranking it, and we should be showing you the most popular Zoom calls, which are really just virtual events.
So with Joel's high cred and my medium cred and your guys' cred, like this is a highly ranked Zoom call.
Absolutely. That's exactly right.
Can I buy some bread with my cred?
Totally. In fact, at one point, that's what brands were doing. Brands were looking for all of the cool dudes like you who had lots of cred for bread.
So I'm looking at my activity and I see I get influence points and outreach points. Like, how does that work?
Yeah.
So influence what influences how others view you. It's like, what do people do when they see your posts? Influence is sort of the reaction you have on people. And outreach is your generosity. It's what you do for them. And so you'll see you guys are both cool outreaches and influencers.
So how can we increase, what would I need to do to increase my outreach score? What do I need to do for them?
To increase your them? Yeah, exactly. You retweet others and you like others and you just be generous.
Reply to comments on your tweets and posts and things like that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, Travis, be generous.
I'm trying to get up
retweet my level. Stuff.
Or now you could host a Zoom.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to get into that. I just want everybody to know who's watching from wherever you're watching this live. Please, take a moment to share, tweet, retweet, comment. Let us know you're around. I'm watching the comments in particular on Theta TV. A big shout out to decentralized live video streaming. While I love Facebook Live and Periscope and Twitter, LinkedIn, we like streaming to the decentralized platforms as well. So if you're watching on YouTube, maybe give Theta a try. And if you go to theta.tv /bad crypto, that's where you'll see, and you can actually earn tokens in cryptocurrency for watching and engaging with streams on Theta. And today, because of Cameron and Jodee being here, they're going to be giving away live on this show 5 $25 Uber Eats gift certificates, and you got to be here to win. So let's go down the rabbit hole and let's talk about tokenizing Zooms. Where would you guys like to start?
Well, I guess, why would you want to tokenize a Zoom? That's sort of the beginning.
That's a good question.
Yeah. So we've said that Zoom is another way of you expressing yourself on social networks. And so we think that tokenizing anything is really good for you, because what it does is it sort of anchors your content. It anchors who you are on the indelible blockchain. And so, we're seeing a couple of thousand public Zooms now every day. People are publishing and stepping out with their personalities and their talk and who they are with Zooms. So Zooms are now an object that should be scored and should be tokenized. And so the tokenizing means, and you're displaying our homepage. This is Cred Live for Zoom. And we say, if you tokenize your Zoom, and there's their little token examples down there, the 4 of them. If you tokenize your Zoom, people can actually see in the social stream a preview, all the likes and comments across different networks, the Cred score. And if you want to, you can add a comment as well. And all of that survives before, during, and after the Zoom call. So people can come back and actually look at your content with all of the comments and all the other things after the event as well. So tokenizing captures the Zoom.
So what you're saying is you're making a permanent record of the Zoom on the blockchain.
Absolutely.
And you're
Absolutely.
delivering
and all of the bits. And it's not just the Zoom call, it's all the bits that go with it. Who attended, who liked. For me, when I attend a Zoom call, I want to network. I want to connect with people. And so those connections also get recorded. What I find annoying sometimes is I'll attend a Zoom call, or I'll even go to a physical event, and months later I'll go, oh, who was that person I met in Denver, or who was that person I met on that Zoom call? And it's impossible to find. But by tokenizing the Zoom and your experience on the Zoom, all you need to do is go back to your Cred Live for Zoom and look up that particular token, and whoosh, there it all is, all connected in one place.
Nice. So what does one of these tokens look like?
Over to you, Cameron. Do you want to show the guys what it looks like?
Yeah, sure. So one thing that we've seen, like Jodee was saying, it's awesome. We're seeing around every 12 seconds, there's a new public Zoom event published.
Wow.
And
wait, just soak that in for a moment. Every 12 seconds, there's a new Zoom event. So how, you guys have looked at the stats. How many?
Public Zoom, not just a regular Zoom. Who knows how many, private Zooms there are.
So here's a little sneak peek before we start talking about it. But I haven't. I just loaded this app up when we started this call, and if I hit refresh, we should see that all of these Zoom events, which were the most recent ones published, get pushed down, and we get some new stuff. And it's just amazing. Like, we're seeing this high velocity of people creating virtual events and then publicly sharing the links. And it's just like, I would post the link to my Zoom on Twitter because it's a public thing that I want people to join. And what we're able to do, just like we've been doing for years with Cred, is ingest that activity and actually rank those Zooms by who's talking about them, who's retweeting them, who's engaging with those events that are being published.
Mm-hmm. Why don't you search on something? Why don't you search on something maybe to do with blockchain, or Joel or Travis? What would you like Cameron to search on?
Travis, you give him something to look for.
I just type in something around blockchain or crypto or Bitcoin.
So if we try blockchain.
And these can be previous ones or future ones or ones that are going on right now?
Absolutely.
All of the above. So that was one of the benefits. So when you're talking about, why would someone want to tokenize this? I think one of the things that's really cool, and you guys know this as people that host, a show using Zoom, is that the token can actually register your ownership of the IP, and the content that you're creating on this call belongs to you. And what the token does is it actually registers that this is the Zoom account that created this piece of content, and this Zoom account, or the owner of this Zoom account, is the rightful owner to that content, unless they decide to trade or sell that token that registers the ownership. And that content can be the content that's coming up. It can be the content that's live right now, like this call, or it could be the content from yesterday where, the call has passed, but the token gives you access to the recording. So based on that search that you just asked about, Travis, we can see there's been a bunch of events. VeChain, AMAs, sorts of stuff.
Now, are these are scheduled events then that will show up in the directory? Like we're live right now. We're using a Zoom, but we're using the Zoom to broadcast everywhere else. Would our Zoom show up in here?
Well, the Zoom needs to have a defined. Your Zoom typically would, yeah. It needs to have a defined event or a link. One of the things that I asked you about before the show, Joel, was how we could, put this call onto Live.kred.
Oh, I didn't understand. So okay,
if it's a scheduled event, it'll come up automatically.
Got it. And since we're just using my persistent room and it's not a scheduled event, it won't show up. But if I had scheduled this room for us to use, then it would.
Exactly. But let me show you how we could put the next episode on here. So you can actually, like, rather than counting on Kred ingesting your Zoom and sort of finding it and adding it to the listing, you can actually come along. If you're the host of the virtual event, you can list your Zoom. So if you list your Zoom, you click list Zoom at the top. Basically, what it will ask you to do is authenticate with Zoom, and it will pull up the list of your upcoming events. And so what we can see here is we've got the Nifty Show episode 5 coming up next Friday on the 26th, 5 p.m. And basically it sucks in the information about that upcoming event from Zoom. So it tells us what time it starts, what time it ends, gives us a description. One of the things that I really like is that you can then add a preview link. And a preview link is like, somebody stumbling upon your event on the Zoom directory doesn't really know what it's about. They've maybe never seen one of the Nifty shows before, but you can actually attach a link to some content that creates a preview of this upcoming event. And so it's sort of like, oh, I can get an idea that Joel and Travis are these two funny guys that talk about interesting, cool NFT stuff. So we can add a link to a YouTube video of one of the first episodes, maybe.
Huh. And so can we attach any other NFTs to that as a commemorative, or does the Zoom become the NFT?
So the Zoom actually gets registered. Go ahead, Jodee.
The Zoom actually becomes a token, and you can also add into that Zoom, or you can create relationships with other tokens, and you can add comments and other media to it. So the Zoom token actually just becomes this object that carries all of the things that you as the producer feel are important for your audience to see.
I'm poking through the site here. I'm understanding, this is helpful.
Yeah.
When you first were explaining and showing it to us offline, like, okay, now to see you actually doing it.
Yeah. Is this stored on the Ethereum blockchain, or where exactly is this token? And then is it, are you able to put it on super rare or trade it or sell it on those secondary markets? Or
Absolutely. We write it to an Ethereum sidechain so that it's fast and it doesn't cost very much. And then we've written a bridge from the Ethereum sidechain Loom to Ethereum. So if you want to move it to mainnet, you can. And then you can sell it on OpenSea or put it on super rare or do whatever you want to do.
Now hang on there. That's a great question, Travis. And I want to follow up on what you said. So when you say you can sell it there, now we're selling data, right? Because packaged into this Zoom is everybody who was here and all of the information that was shared, all of the chats, So am I tracking with this now? If you own this NFT, you've got data, and by selling it, someone else has access to it, or is the data public anyhow?
Look, you've hit the nail on the head. We think that everyone's value these days is around what they publish. And so by tokenizing this Zoom, by registering it, you're actually putting your stake in the ground and saying, I now, as a producer, own this content. And by bringing it all together, we think that you're creating value on this token for someone who may want to buy it. It may be a sponsor. It may be someone who is also interested in NFTs.
So follow up to that. So 4 of us are in this Zoom. Does only Joel own it because he's the host of the Zoom? So there's only one token and Joel owns it, or do all 4 of us get a token?
Well, that's up to the producer. That's up to the person who created it. That's totally up to Joel. If Joel wants
Joel's
to
stingy, so then only one gets it.
It's my token. I like that you made a little stamp there out of the Nifty show. It looks like, you licked it and just put it right on there. Is that automatic?
It's automatic. So what happens then is like this is sort of to my point about adding a preview link. You can also attach an image that means something to your event. And then we get this nice little preview, right? Like this is the Zoom token for the Nifty show episode 5, which is coming up. And like I was saying, you can hit the little preview button and you actually get a preview of, whatever the Nifty show hosts wanted you to see, which in this case might be episode 1. And so you can actually attach that content preview. So it's super easy for anyone that's browsing Zooms to get an idea about what this event is all about.
But
show them how that token can then become the invitation. So not only have you registered this on the blockchain and anchored the content, but you can actually now use this as an invitation that you send out.
Yeah, so sort of similar to how some of the NFT standards allow fractional ownership. Think about like fractional ownership or fractional like access or right to this Zoom. So there's this initial token that Joel, as the host, in this case, it could be Joel and Travis, or it could be all 4 of us, as the hosts of this Zoom, have some sort of stake in the ground to say that this was our event. You can actually create additional tokens, which you can then share with other people that give them access as an attendee. And that's like the right to access that content if it's not otherwise public. So clicking invite, basically, it's just like any other, event app, just like inviting people to a meetup or anything else. You can create a number of invites. Say I wanted to create 5 invites for this event. And then when I click create and share, it will actually go ahead and mint those 5 tokens. And then I can send them out to whoever I want to have access to this event.
Okay, so, but does this give them actual access to this Zoom? For example, we're the only ones here and we're using Zoom's custom streaming via Restreamio to broadcast everywhere, including the Cred page and YouTube and other channels and Theta and such. We don't want people to come into this Zoom. We want them to watch elsewhere. Is that still what we're doing?
Yeah, so in this case, the Zoom is closed. Go ahead, Jim.
It depends how there's a setting which you can make, which is, is this a closed Zoom or is this an open Zoom? So the invitation can be completely what you want it. It can be an invitation, which is an open invitation to a public event, or it can be an invitation where you get a privileged access to a closed event.
That is an interesting use case for this. Now, you guys do a bunch of other things with NFTs. Are those some of the things you want to talk about on this episode as well?
I think we really wanted to focus on what we're doing with Zoom. We have a platform that's been running now for over a year that is a very interesting and well-used platform for creating any type of NFT. But today we really just wanted to focus on what we were doing with Zoom. We've put this app into the Zoom marketplace as an application, and we hope it'll pop out soon. And then we'll be able to, if you want to get access to it, Travis, go to the site, give us your email, and as soon as it's approved by the Zoom marketplace, we will give you access and you can play with it.
So we need to go to Live.kred?
Exactly, yeah.
Exactly, go to Live.kred.
Live.kred. Okay, now that I understand, Travis, we're going to set up the next one for next week using this. So the one you did, Cameron, needs to be in my account. So you don't get that NFT, boy.
We're stealing our content.
There's one other thing that out of Travis's question, which is once you've invited people to your Zoom, you really want to make it fun for people to be in your Zoom. So, you know, today Joel said that we were going to give away pizza tokens. Actually, I think Joel just said we're going to give away Uber Eats vouchers. What I think you meant to say, Joel, was we're going to give away tokens.
Yes, that is what I meant to say. Thank you for correcting me, Jodee.
That converts to Uber Eats. And part of our Zoom solution is giving you as the producer the ability to create a little bag of tokens and offers that you give people during the event. And that's really important because with thousands of public Zooms happening every day, you want your Zoom to stand out. You want your Zoom to be cool. And what Cameron has spent a lot of time on over the last year and a half is helping events create tokenized swag that they can just give away during these either physical events or virtual events. And I think you're showing us some examples of that now, aren't you, Cameron?
Yeah, exactly. So what we've seen is that with physical events, you know, everyone gets the experience of going to the show, registering, getting their name badge, and then getting this recycled shopping bag with bits of paper and maybe a branded pen, and, you know, very low value things in it. But with virtual events and sending out digital offers, it gives the sponsor, you know, an opportunity to deliver something that's higher value because they know that the people that are joining that virtual event are, you know, falling into their target, and they want to create engagement. They want people to turn up. It's very easy to register for a virtual event and not show up. So we're helping solve that problem with these, you know, engaging giveaways that have, you know, what we have seen to have a very high redemption rate by people that attend those virtual events. And so what we're doing today is giving away some NFTs that actually give you $25 credit on your Uber Eats account. So while you're watching the show, you can order a pizza. And anyone that wants it, Joel, do you remember the link?
The link is live.kred/pizza.
Perfect.
Correct. Live.kred/pizza. You can go ahead and type it in there on yours and show people what they see when they go there.
So anyone that goes to live.kred/pizza is going to see a little screen which lets them authenticate either with an existing wallet, or they can just add an email address, and we'll send you an NFT that can be redeemed for $25 on Uber Eats.
So is this the first 5 people to successfully register? We'll get one of these. How's this?
Exactly. Yep. First come, first serve.
So you guys watching now, pop another browser open, go to live.kred/pizza. And actually, I think I have an image of the.
See if you can beat me, because I'm going to get me some pizza.
Get some pizza, Travis. Hurry, faster.
I'm hurrying.
Faster, Travis. Get the dang pizza.
Ugh.
Do you have I can't find it in all my email camera. Do you have the picture of the token that you can share what people will see when they actually go to redeem this?
It's a juicy picture of some pizza with an Uber Eats logo on it. I'll find it and I'll pull it up.
The juicy pizza. Nice. Okay, so the first 5 people to successfully complete registration at live.kred/pizza, how will they know that they're claiming it? Will it show up on the screen? Or?
It'll either tell them that all the offers have been claimed, or it'll tell them that there's X number available and that they've got one, and they'll see it in their wallet immediately.
Pizza, yum. Well, gentlemen, Travis, did you just claim a pizza?
I claimed a pizza. I want to see if it worked. So
Rest
only four remain.
Oh, no,
I like pizza. Joel gets to own the NFT for the Zoom. Travis gets to own a pizza.
Mr. Travis Wright, you've just stolen someone's pizza.
No. I claimed my pizza.
Mr. Travis Wright, you just took someone's pizza.
Oh snap! You're in the doghouse now, Travis. Woof. Well, gentlemen, we appreciate you coming and sharing with us. We're going to be poking around for sure with this. And we got some more exciting things to share with you guys, but we're going to do it offline. So maybe we catch up some more after the show here, and we can share what's going on and see what you think.
Love your work, both of you. Thank you.
Thanks, Joel. Thanks, Travis.
Thank you so much, and thank you for the pizza.
Well done, mate.
I've already ordered it.
Naughty Travis. Jodee and Cameron from Cred, you guys go check it out. And thanks again, fellas. We appreciate it.
Love you guys.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. Mr. Travis Wright, we have some, besides you having pizza, we have some other news to share.
We do have some other news. This is the news that we've accumulated. Or are we going to talk about?
You're just dreaming of pizza, aren't you? You're just like, pizza.
Not really. I'm actually pretty good right now. I had bacon wrapped jalapeno things today. Cream filled, cheese filled. That was great. My local grocery store like sells them for like $5 a pound. And I was like, I will take a pound. That will be an amazing lunch.
Nice.
Except I burnt my roof of my mouth a little.
No, I want to talk about the project that we're working on. It's been just over a week since we announced Blockchain Heroes, the website bcheroes.com, and the feedback so far has been absolutely fantastic.
Everyone hates it. Everyone.
That's not true.
That's not true.
That's not true at all. I thought what I would do is kind of go show people who haven't seen yet the heroes that have been revealed thusly farly, to give people an idea of what we're working on.
Is that what you want to do?
Fun? Yeah, that's what I want to do. I'm opening up my my PC is going, slow down, you're moving too fast. I'm trying to open Windows.
Here's part of one. My virtual background.
Yeah, I see the wizard back there. So there's 50 heroes in all, and this is an alternate universe, and the heroes are inspired by real world blockchain personalities, but they're not those personalities. They're inspired by them, and the back of the card is going to have a description of, you know, some flavor text to tell you who they are. It's going to tell you what class they're in, because we have 5 classes: creators, celestials, defenders, champions, and boosters. So this is card number 1. This is Genesis, not to be confused with the band of the same name or the first book of the Bible.
Very nice. That is a beautiful, beautiful card right there. There we have metallic.
Yep. Are we going to take that the word off his shirt? I think we should. Just saying.
Okay.
There's light speed. There's the coin commando. I have yet heard from anybody.
Tattoos?
Nobody has yet guessed, and not that we're saying who it is, but nobody has come to me with the right name yet. Stampede has actually had the baby, and so we'll have an updated one for that. And that one's not been revealed yet. Oh, that's getting updated too. So it's in the folder, so it got seen. There's Felonious, the Oracle. Oh, he'll be revealed soon. I went fast. There's Great Gecko, Lady Lightning, Wrangler, and also, Travis, we revealed yesterday the first rarity.
That is true. We did. And it's, superheroes are inspired by what? Comic books.
Mm-hmm.
The great artists, like the Mr. Wonderful Stan Lee and the great characters he created, DC Comics, Marvel Comics, all those guys. And so our first rarity. So we have these are the uncommon, or these are the common cards that you've seen. These are just the base regular cards. Then we have an uncommon set of cards, which are these.
Yeah. So Travis was able to take the base card and give it a comic book feel. Replace the nameplate at the bottom with a more comic-y type of plate, and it looks, you can see it's got like paper folds on it, right? And the pixels, the dots, like you would see in a comic book.
In the Sunday comic section of the newspaper.
The Sunday funnies. And so
I don't know why your screen is turning that one side a different color, but that's not part of the design. That's part of the browser.
That might be a Zoom thing. But the response to these has also been really very favorable.
And we've only shown 3 of them, so you guys are seeing way more than other people have seen.
Yeah. Actually, I revealed 3 more today on the Telegram, and we'd encourage you guys, join the Telegram, t.me/BC Heroes.
Do it.
Is where the discussion is taking place.
I want to see you there. There's almost 300 people in there already.
Yeah. If you want to see the full gallery of all the heroes we've revealed so far, the Instagram is the best place, because that's all it is. It shows you all of the heroes, and that is on Instagram at BC Heroes.
BC Heroes.
The best kind of heroes, So the cards are going to be available in packs on August 4th, although we are working on perhaps making them available to people to buy with wax earlier than that. So you need to be in the Telegram or on our mailing list to be alerted. Based on the response we've gotten so far, we think these cards are going to go quickly. And what Travis was saying is we have multiple rarities. So you saw a common card, that's your base card, and you saw the uncommon card. Every Thursday going forward, we're going to be revealing the next level of rarity. So next Thursday will be the rare card. The week after that, the epic card. By the way, the rare card, all of the design, once we get past the artist doing the designs, all the variations are being created by Travis and his son, and they're just doing an amazing job in Photoshop. The look for the rare card is so different than the comic card, and people
also an homage to a great artist.
An homage, if you will. And that's a static card as well. And then the week after is the epic card. And that's where the animation starts. Like somebody in the Telegram today said, "Oh, snap. You mean there's more rarities?" I'm like, "Oh, you haven't seen nothing yet."
Right.
Epic gets into animation. Legendary has got motion to it. And then we reveal the mythic, which are super, super rare. Like anybody who opens up a mythic in their pack is going to be like, "Oh snap!"
They might deuce their pants.
They might deuce their pants. They might uno their pants. They might deuce their pants. They might uno and due their pants.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's possible.
And then after all the packs are sold, we're going to choose 100 random wallets that bought cards and 100 Golden Fury cards, 2 of each hero, are going to be distributed, and those are super, super rare. And but
that's not the most rare.
Yeah, we haven't revealed that one yet.
Oh yeah,
there is going to be a most rare card in the set, and it will be.
And it's the Travis and Joel card because
it is not.
We are so cool.
We're not super rare.
We're not that cool.
We're pretty common, actually. I'm Joel common. Travis not so common.
It's true.
Thought of. So yeah, that's all I got. What else? You seen anything interesting in the NFT world you want to talk about?
I did. There was let me go ahead and share my screen because that's what I like to do. That's what I like.
I see people popping in the Telegram, by the way. Those of you who are watching the show, when you pop in, you got to do a simple math problem to confirm that you're good. Okay, Ubisoft. Rabbids.
Yeah, they launched their first digital Rabbids collectible using blockchain. So I don't know what is Rabbids. Is this something you know about?
Yeah, Rabbit. They're these cartoon characters. There's a breed of these characters, and there's been video games around them. I did not know that they have a whole series of them.
Yeah, 55 unique Rabbid collectibles as tokens on the blockchain, and all the proceeds are going to go directly to UNICEF.
Very good. Proof.
Not sure exactly where we can go and get them. Here's the dedicated website. We can go check that out, and then maybe we want to play around with some of those.
There was something in there they called POPA, proof of. I couldn't catch it because you were scrolling, but go back to that last window for a second. Scroll up. Keep going.
Proof of plausible ownership.
Popo.
Nice.
That's great. Call the Popo.
Yeah. Well, the Popo are having some challenges right now.
All right. So this is the official site.
This is the official site. You can grab a Rabbid.
I want one. Rabbids. Token.ubisoft.com. Let's see.
Yeah.
Rabbids.
Here they are. You can buy them with Ethereum.
Ubisoft.com. I am a NFT hoarder. And so I'm logging in with my MetaMask. They've raised 28.78 ETH right now. Are you logged in? Yeah, you're logged in. Okay.
I'm trying to. It's doing this spin of doom.
Oh, these are fun. I'm going to buy something.
Why is mine not working?
Here, let me show mine since you're hung up there. So this is the page here. And I guess they come out every so often, 15 days, 21 hours, 12 seconds to the next full moon. These are the ones that are currently available. So I kind of like this guy here, B Rabbid. It's 0.11 Ethereum.
Yeah, I kind of want Mermaid Rabbid, but I can't actually log in for some odd reason.
Let's see.
Wait a second. I bet you weren't able to see them until you logged in with your MetaMask. Is that what happened?
did. Don't worry. Be happy. It's got a cuteness power of 50. Its special powers are infinite buzz and to be or not to be. They've raised 5.65 in Ethereum for this so far. So what's Ethereum at right now? Like 235.
Mm-hmm.
So one of these is $25. So I'm buying this rabbit right now. Actually,
I'm buying the mermaid rabbit right now.
comes out to 27.96. Here, is yours working now?
But, well, once you have to actually log in to your MetaMask before you can actually even see any of them.
Go ahead and show on your side. And welcome to
Jeremy. Oh, look at this. Oh, that one was just purchased.
Jeremy just joined the Telegram, said these NFTs are going to be awesome. Thanks, Jeremy. Glad you're here. And a lot of you are watching on Theta right now, and just want to give a shout out to decentralized live streaming. And thanks to the team at Theta, they put us front and center on the website. They're totally behind what we're doing with the Nifty show. They want you guys to subscribe and make sure that you watch each week. And so there's new ones now. Oh man,
See, you own this one, right? So this one says you own this one, and here's it's probably your Ethereum address.
Probably
Lion Rabbit. And look, they're increasing in price now. Because there was like the one that I got was 0.1 and the one you got was 0.11, and now the new ones are higher priced. So it looks like the sooner you get here to get them, the sooner and the lower prices that you get them for.
So every time you buy one, the price goes like how many of these are they minting?
Don't know.
That's the question that I have. And there's not a secondary marketplace. Like I see another B rabbit up there right now that you can get, but it looks like they only show 5 at a time. Nobody wants the rhino rabbit. There's 3.
No one likes the rhino.
Yeah, I want to read more about this, the facts on what this works. Oh, okay. So Travis, go up to the top and click on the popos.
The popos.
And you could actually see the different categories of them. Do you see it?
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, I have the Popo Sunray Mermaid. Oh, so these are my cards that I've collected so far.
Right. So mine shows up under stars. I don't know if they're a better quality, if that's how they're ranked by color. I guess I could read FAQ
but they're brand new. 15 more days until the next full moon. I don't know what that means, but Ubisoft, folks, that is a big brand, yo. Like, what are some of the games that's on Ubisoft?
Oh, they're huge. They're a mega company. I mean, they did the Rayman universe. You know, he's a big platforming game. If I look at their store,
Assassin's Creed, Ghost Recon, Gods and Monsters, Just Dance, Rainbow Six, like a lot of those. Like those are a lot of. Dude, I love this Assassin's Creed. Those games.
I play the Far Cry series. Far Cry 4 and 5 are fantastic FPSs. Man, I love that this, when to see a big brand like this get into blockchain, and now Rabbids has some of my money. But the fact that it's going to a good cause, right? It's going to UNICEF, and hopefully they'll use that for something good.
Yep. Well, here's the article right here on Cointelegraph. Can you see my screen still?
Yes.
Okay. Virtual economies gear up on the gravy train in blockchain-based gaming. So there it is. Ubisoft is doing some stuff. And this was really cool because Atari's doing some stuff with blockchain. NFTs are taking off. And then, here's a trading card set on the Wax blockchain. Oh, look, it's Blockchain Heroes.
Blockchain Heroes. Pow, pow.
Be a blockchain hero. All right, there's some other stuff too. Oh, here's some wallets. Oh, here's one. NFT collectible event, a year-long collectible event, IOST. They're launching their second event of this year-long NFT series with a limited edition Genesis badge. So what you have to do to get this one is you have it from the 19th, which is today, until the 28th, and you got to go and get yourself an IOST wallet and send out a tweet about it, and then fill out the form, and you're going to be able to get this cool digital collectible that other people are not going to have.
Theirs is POB, proof of believability. Everybody's got a proof of something. So
Right.
what's the website for that, Travis? It took you to IOST.io
It's
/
IOST.io. Yeah. And you got to grab a wallet. That's where I was looking at over here, because I got to get an IOST wallet. I don't have one yet. And they're doing some interesting stuff. So since they're doing NFTs and some other things, we should probably contact them to get them on Bad Crypto, maybe talk about them in a future show.
and maybe on the Nifty show too.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, doing the show is costing me money because I bought 3 rabbits. I'm like, I gotta collect the rabbits now.
Yeah. Now Salvador Dali and his Burning Giraffe is a surreal NFT art series as well.
Good grief. Wow.
So these new NFTs are popping up from other people's things. So NFT, you can buy my NFT or bid on my NFT here or here. And there it is, the Maker's Place. And you can go and check it out.
Wow.
It's wild what's going on, folks. This whole space is growing, and it's not a surprise to me to see how it's doing.
Not at all. Very cool. Well, I think that's gonna wrap this week up then, Mr. Travis, right?
There it is. It's nifty, a little bit spiffy, sometimes a little iffy.
Yeah, very iffy. We'll have another guest for you next week, of course. To support the show, go subscribe to the audio version of the podcast. It's on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, radio.com, some other places. Of course, it's on our YouTube channel on @BadCrypto, and we'll catch you guys on the next episode. And it'll be nifty and spiffy and iffy too.
Mm-hmm.
So be nifty.